Supreme Inheritance. In this vast Star Sea continent, the martial arts are supreme, and all the monks take cultivation as their own responsibility and compete for a glimmer of life. And the martial soul, as the core of martial arts, holds everyone's destiny. Since ancient times, the 3,000 martial spirits have been hidden between heaven and earth, waiting for someone destined to awaken, and through the guidance of the Tower of Inheritance, they will inherit the powerful power of their ancestors and step into the pinnacle of invincible martial arts. However, on this continent, many people have not been able to awaken martial souls in their lifetimes, or they have only awakened insignificant low-level martial souls. Until one day, the wheel of fate turned, and a 16-year-old boy named Ji Yanhui inadvertently awakened the legendary primal flame martial soul in a sudden accident. This martial soul has the power to devour all things, burn the sky and boil the sea, and is related to the bloodline of the Flame God, one of the 3,000 martial god souls, and is destined to change the pattern of this continent. Main roles. 1. Ji Yanhui, the protagonist of this story, a 16-year-old boy with amazing talent, is regarded as a mediocre talent because of his ordinary family background. The martial soul primal flame that he accidentally awakened allowed him to step by step to the peak of martial arts. His growth was full of difficulties and challenges, but his unwavering belief enabled him to constantly break through the limits and gradually have the power to change his fate. 2. Su Yao, Ji Yanhui's childhood sweetheart, smart and calm, has hidden secrets that no one knows. She played an important role in Ji Yanhui's growth. She has a powerful soul power, and has a fate intertwined with Ji Yanhui. 3. Ying Yu, when he was younger, he was Ji Yanhui's rival, and later became his strongest ally. Ying Yu has a martial soul of 9 thunders, a martial soul based on thunder, with a strong personality and an almost paranoid pursuit of martial arts. His relationship with Ji Yanhui is full of tension from competition to collaboration. 4. Tai Ching, Ji Yanhui's master, a reclusive master, has extremely high martial arts attainments, and is good at teaching swordsmanship. Tai Ching's background is mysterious, and it seems to be inextricably linked to Ji Yanhui's martial soul awakening. 5. Flame God, one of the legendary 3,000 martial god souls, with the power to destroy the heavens and the earth. His martial soul is closely connected with Ji Yanhui's primal flame, and the fusion of the two will start an earth-shattering journey. Chapter 1, The Flame of Fate. In Ji Yanhui's family, he has always been regarded as a mediocre talent who is not worth mentioning. As the young master of the Ji family, his talent is not outstanding, and he is already 16 years old, and he still can't awaken any powerful martial spirit. Everyone believed that he was destined not to be the pinnacle of martial arts. However, fate always likes to play tricks on people. At a Ji family meeting, when the martial spirits of all the family members woke up one by one, it was Ji Yanhui's turn to take the stage. Everyone thought that nothing would change this time, and some people had even begun to whisper. Just as he gently raised the awakening stone in his hand, the vision occurred. A raging flame suddenly erupted from the stone, engulfing everything around it in an instant. A glimmer of light flashed in Ji Yanhui's eyes, merging with the flame. It's the first flame. An old man whispered in surprise. The aura of that flame was enough to change the color of the heavens and the earth, and it seemed to be able to incinerate everything. At this time, Ji Yanhui felt the energy in his body surge, his body seemed to be reshaped by that flame, and countless flame runes quietly appeared in his body. And in the depths of his soul, a powerful figure slowly appeared. It was the Flame God, an ancient martial god. His figure was as hot as a flame, exuding endless coercion. You are the heir of the Flame God. The voice of the Flame God echoed in Ji Yanhui's heart, and with these words, Ji Yanhui's consciousness was brought into an endless sea of fire. Chapter 2, The Trial of the Tower of Inheritance. Ji Yanhui did not immediately take full control of this power, but under the guidance of the Flame God, he stepped into the Tower of Inheritance. The tower towers into the sky, and legend has it that only those who truly possess extraordinary talents can enter it and undergo trials from the souls of the 3,000 martial gods. On the first floor of the Tower of Inheritance, Ji Yanhui encountered one challenge after another. Every layer is full of great dangers, whether it is the test of mind or the limit of physical strength, all of them make Ji Yanhui physically and mentally exhausted. However, with the primal flame martial soul that he had just awakened, Ji Yanhui repeatedly broke through difficulties. Each time he unlocks a trial, he gains access to a number of powerful martial arts and techniques, which allow him to grow stronger and control the contract with the power of the Flame God. However, when he broke through to the 4th layer, he suddenly found that this was not an ordinary proving ground as he thought it was, but an extremely cruel battlefield. He will be challenged by powerful enemies from all sides, each with their own martial spirits and hostile to each other. In this long battle, Ji Yanhui met Su Yao, Ying Yu, and others. Su Yao and Ying Yu are also geniuses who each carry a powerful martial soul, and they once had a deep bond with Ji Yanhui in the outside world. The three of them formed a strong team, supported each other, and overcame many obstacles. As they broke through the Tower of Inheritance layer by layer, Ji Yanhui also began to truly understand the true meaning of martial arts, not a simple increase in strength, but a deep insight into his own heart and destiny. Chapter 3, Rebirth in the Flames of War. After a grueling challenge, Ji Yanhui finally broke through the final layer of the Tower of Inheritance and gained the true power of the Flame God. This power is not simply a destructive force, but a mysterious flame that can change the movement of heaven and earth. However, when he walked out of the tower, he found that the situation in the outside world had changed drastically. The power of the Flame God not only changed him, but also attracted the attention of various forces. The powerful forces of the southern regions, the Blue Dragon sect, the Frost sect in the northern regions, and the Underworld clan in the eastern regions have all sent men and horses to seek cooperation or confrontation with Ji Yanhui. Ji Yanhui realized that he was no longer the ordinary teenager he was at the beginning, and he was burdened with countless expectations and responsibilities. Faced with challenges from all sides, he must make a choice between whether to continue his pursuit of supreme martial arts or protect his family and friends and change the landscape of China. As he reaches the pinnacle of martial arts, he'll face even more formidable enemies, solve one historical puzzle after another, and ultimately find his own path. Chapter 4, The Interweaving of Destinies. Ji Yanhui's name quickly spread throughout the mainland, whether it was the Blue Dragon sect in the southern regions, the Frost sect in the northern regions, or even the Underworld clan in the eastern regions, all of them were extremely vigilant about this young man. No one can ignore the threat of the primal flame martial soul he possesses, as if it can burn all the flames, challenging the laws of heaven and earth. However, Ji Yanhui's heart was not confused by power, but along the way, his understanding of martial arts became more and more profound. He understands that no matter how powerful he is, he must learn to control and use it, not be controlled by it. This journey is not only an increase in strength, but also a tempering of soul and destiny. His bond with Su Yao and Ying Yu has also gradually deepened in the continuous trials, and the emotions between them have also quietly changed in these countless battles and adventures. Chapter 5, The Challenge of the Green Dragon Sect. Ji Yanhui, Su Yao, Ying Yu, and others traveled all the way to the southern regions, and their destination was the Qinglong sect. The Qinglong sect has been one of the most powerful forces on the continent since ancient times, and the power of the martial soul it has is amazing, especially the sect leader Qinglong, who has a hand-me-down martial soul that can trigger the thunder of heaven and earth, which can be described as a genius in the sky. However, the strength of the Blue Dragon sect hides an amazing secret. It is rumored that the martial spirits of the Blue Dragon sect did not come from nature, but from a fallen ancient deity. And behind all this, it was actually involved with Ji Yanhui's martial spirit. After Ji Yanhui, Su Yao, and Ying Yu came to the Green Dragon sect, they were invited by the sect leader of the Green Dragon sect, Qinglong Ao, to enter the core forbidden place of the Blue Dragon sect, the Dragon's Lair. In the Dragon's Lair, there are all kinds of divine beast souls, as if it is a mythical and legendary god domain. The trials in this place are far stronger than those of other forces. Qinglong Ao smiled coldly, since you have come here, you should accept the trial, and those who pass can obtain the approval of the Qinglong sect, otherwise, you will always be my opponents. Qinglong Ao's words carried a strong sense of provocation, obviously full of wariness towards Ji Yanhui, a young awakened person. Ji Yanhui's heart moved, and he realized that the challenge of the Blue Dragon sect was not as simple as it seemed. After entering the Dragon's Lair, it is obvious that all the trials are extremely cleverly designed, from the initial 9-death divine beast duel, to the later hidden martial soul confrontation. Every step is extremely challenging, and in some cases, life can be threatened at any time. However, in the face of waves of powerful enemies, Ji Yanhui did not flinch. He broke through each level with tenacity and gradually approached the final trial set by Qinglong Ao. At this time, the higher UPS of the Blue Dragon sect began to realize that Ji Yanhui was not only a martial artist with a powerful martial soul, but also a future star with infinite potential. They secretly suspected that this young man's strength might far exceed their expectations. underscore 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 un. Chapter 6, The Appearance of the Flame God. Just when Ji Yanhui broke through all the trials of the Blue Dragon sect, a mutation suddenly occurred. The moment he faced off with Qinglong Ao, he suddenly felt a powerful call. That summoning came from the flame god deep within him, a once powerful being. At that moment, a figure of 10,000 flames appeared in front of Ji Yanhui's eyes, and the power of the flame god was like a mountain. It was a sight he had never seen before, like a flame that burned heaven and earth, and it made it impossible for people to breathe. You're finally here, flame god. Ji Yanhui was shocked in his heart, and then he was shocked by the momentum of the flame god. The flame god said coldly, the primal flame martial soul you possess is not a simple power. It carries countless histories and responsibilities, and you must take on the fate of the martial spirit. As soon as these words came out, Ji Yanhui's heart moved. He finally understands that what he has is not just great power, but the burden of changing his fate. The power of the flame god is a power that bestows inheritance and protection, not to rule the world, but to protect the land from falling into the hands of evil. Are you ready to take on this responsibility? There was a hint of ruthlessness in the flame god's tone, but it was more of an expectation of Ji Yanhui. Ji Yanhui took a deep breath, and his gaze became firm. I will take this responsibility. Whether it is the Blue Dragon sect or other forces, I will not let them destroy the peace of this land. The figure of the flame god immediately disappeared, with an inexplicable smile. Very good, such determination is worthy of me to show you the way. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 7, The Will of the Flame. With Ji Yanhui's awakening and strengthening, his name once again stirred up waves on the mainland. He is no longer the inconspicuous boy in the family, but has become an existence that the major forces compete for. However, Ji Yanhui understands that this is not the end. His goal is not just to be at the pinnacle of martial arts, but to protect the land and stop the impending disaster. An even stronger flame ignited in his heart. It was the will of the flame god, and it was also his mission as a martial artist. The challenge of the Blue Dragon sect is just the beginning. As he approaches the peak of martial arts, more and more conspiracies will surface. Can Ji Yanhui withstand the weight of this force and change the history that is coming? All of this will be written by him.